yoga practice today. So go ahead and just take a few moments to just settle into your chair, feel happy to be here, and just start letting go of anything you might have carried into the room with you, onto the chair with you. Just take a moment to release. Not too effortful. Don't worry about just trying to clear everything out all at once, but just little by little start to let go of anything that's bothering you, anything that's taking up too much space in your mind or in your body. Let yourself get settled in. Inhaling positive energy, exhaling all the things you're holding on to that are not serving a purpose. Inhaling peace, exhaling, getting rid of tension, nervousness, pain, anything you don't need. And just let yourself get settled into your space. Just start to observe your environment. You can close your eyes as you do this, maybe just taking in the sounds around you. Noticing what you can hear. Maybe sounds from the next room, sounds from outside, the sound of your breath. Just notice. Just observe the moment you're in. Not wondering why right now, or following one thought too far in any one direction. Just observing to keep yourself here in this moment, present and grounded. Noticing the things you can feel, the temperature of the room, the hands in the lap or on the knees perhaps, the clothing and the hair against the skin, the feet on the floor or just dangling wherever they are. Just let yourself really sink down into your body now. Sink into the present moment, taking it all in. Allowing yourself to just be here. It's the only moment we have right now is this one. Letting go of the past. Letting the future change and come to us however it wants to. Just letting yourself enjoy this moment right now. Now just start to notice how you're coming to your practice. Notice if you are feeling particularly stressed or worried. Notice if there are any areas of pain or tension, or any areas where you feel freedom in the body, maybe more mobility than usual. Notice the thoughts that are in the mind without trying to dwell on them or analyze them. Just observe them. Let them happen. Let them come into your mind and let them go just as easily. Just take this moment now to be an observer. Not trying to achieve anything or affect anything, but just taking it all in, having the experience of this moment. We'll start with our breathing exercise today. Breathing in and out to the count of 4. We'll do this several times, and then a couple of the last times we'll add in holding the breath at the top. So when you're ready, we'll inhale 2, 3, 4. Exhale 2, 3, 4. Inhale 2, 3, 4. Exhale. 2, 3, 4. Inhale and exhale. Inhale and exhale. Once more like this. Inhale. Exhale. Now inhale. Hold the breath. And exhale. Inhale. Hold. And exhale. Once more. Inhale. Hold. And exhale. Now just release the breath. Let it go. Don't try to think about it too much. Just let it bounce back to whatever rhythm feels natural. It can be hard to do after manipulating the breath to let go of the control, but just give it a try. See the pace and the pattern that it returns back to. No longer trying to slow it down or deepen it, just let it regulate a little bit. And just feel the effects of the few deep breaths we were able to take just now. Just really feel the oxygen really cleaning the blood and refreshing your skin, just allowing you to feel calm, a little more peaceful. And if you don't feel that way, that is okay too. Observe how you do feel. Don't be attached to the outcome. Remember, just observing right now. When you're ready, we're going to get started with our neck roll warm-up. Going at your own pace. Inhale up tall. Exhale, dropping the chin to the chest, keeping the shoulders back. Inhale, the ears up to the one ear up to one shoulder, either side. Exhale, down through center. Inhale up to the opposite side. Just following your breath. So your inhale brings you up. Your exhale lowers you down. So you should be going at the speed of which you're breathing. So just match your breath. Don't worry about matching me. The inhale is up, the exhale is down. And your practice is really for you to help you recharge and reset and get grounded. So just notice what your body is asking for today. If you need to pause at any point, you can. Maybe the neck rolls maybe make you a little dizzy, you want to pause, or maybe you find somewhere that's really tight and just want to hold for a little bit extra. So just pay attention to your body, see what it's asking for, see what you need. You have everything you need right now to be able to give yourself what you want in this exercise, in this warm-up. Inhale up, exhale down. Maybe softening the eyes or closing them all together. Maybe a few full circles, tipping the head to the back. Just keep listening. Listen to the muscles. Feel the nice release of tension through the backs of the shoulders and the neck. Inhale up, exhale down. A few more breaths like this. Get the most you can out of it. Just enjoy these last few moments, using this exercise to ease you gently and slowly into the rest of your practice. Inhale up, exhale down. Taking your time, Making your way to chin to chest, and then holding here for a couple of breaths. The spine is still up tall. Shoulders are relaxed, just the head is forward. Let the hands rest relaxed, either down by your sides. That can help keep the shoulders down, or maybe resting with the hands palm facing up on your knees. That's also will help you to relax the shoulders. Or you can have the palms resting on your legs. That kind of helps give you a more grounded energy. Just be careful that you don't start leaning into them and tensing up the shoulders. So just holding, and then we'll inhale, bring the head to center. We'll come into a seated cat-cow next, so holding onto the knees. We'll inhale, arch, coming forward, shoulders go back. You can lift the chin if you'd like, and then exhale, round back. I'll just turn so you can see, but you can stay right there. Inhale is forward, exhale is backward. So once again, match your breath. And if you find you're particularly tight somewhere, maybe here feels really good on the fronts of the shoulders, or this might feel great on your low back, you want to pause and take a few breaths. You are more than welcome to do that. Just see what feels good today. Inhale, front. Exhale, back. Just observing the breath as you do this. Great. A few more times. We'll do this a little bit longer than usual today. Really great exercise for the spine, great warm-up. Great. When you're ready, we'll change into circles. So same thing, but adding in a tilt to the side. So coming around front, other side, and to the back. Inhaling across the front and exhaling across the back. Matching your breath. And you can customize this too if you want to add in a little shoulder movement. If that feels nice, you can do that. You can wiggle the hips around a little bit. Just see what feels good. And then reverse direction when you're ready. Inhale front, exhale back. Nice and gentle, matching your breath. Great. Inhale back to center and exhale, relax. Just a few shoulder circles next. So we'll bring them forward, up towards the ears, back behind us, and then down. So just inhale, bringing them up. Exhale, lowering them down. Same thing, just match your breath. Inhale is up. Exhale is down. Take your time. Nice slow circles. Nice and gentle. Once more. And then we'll go the opposite direction. Same thing. So back, up, forward, and down. Inhale is up. Exhale is down. Great. Once more. Inhale up. And exhale down. Very nice. Coming into a forward fold next. So when you're ready, we'll inhale, grow the spine up tall. Exhale, start to come forward, just going as far as you like. So any low back problems, you should just keep the spine nice and flat. And just ease your way down into it. So you can reach for the floor or put your hands on the floor. You can hold on to the ankles or keep the elbows on the knees, whatever is comfortable for you here. Forward fold is great for your backs of the body, the spine. Because we're doing it in a chair, you should feel a nice release around the hips as well, depending on how tight you are there. So just really breathe into it, let yourself absorb the benefits of the pose. Just hold and breathe. Notice if it's easy for you to stay focused. If you're observing the pose, focusing on your breath. or thoughts have started to come in, don't be attached to the outcome, remember. Whatever your answer is, just be open-minded. And if you have noticed thoughts coming in, just use that as your reminder to bring yourself back to your practice, back to this moment. Few more breaths. Just really get the most you can out of it. If you're getting tired here in this pose, you can come up and ease back down slowly. Or maybe you find as you get warmer, you're getting stretchier, you want to try to go down a little deeper. Spending a little extra time in each pose today, just getting a nice, deep, restorative stretch. And then it's up to you too if you want to keep the neck supported or if you want to let it go completely. Letting the head go will intensify the stretch, but if your neck or your head doesn't feel safe, that's fine. You don't have to do that. This is still a great stretch. We'll take one more inhale. Exhale will slowly start to come up. Take your time. Great. All right, we're going to do some more forward folds. So this one we'll do with the knees wide. If you're in a chair that has arms, maybe you could just separate the knees, that's fine. Otherwise, you can put them all the way open to the sides. Just make sure the knees stay over the ankles and they're not wobbling around side to side. So wide leg forward fold, we're going to be stretching through the inner thighs with this one. So when you're ready, inhale nice and tall. Exhale, slowly start to melt down. So again, you can come with the elbows on the knees or you can reach down for the floor. Holding onto the ankles, whatever is comfortable for you here is fine. If you have back problems, flat back always. Just hold and breathe. If you notice you're tipping forward or your hips are coming up out of the chair, try to press them back down so that you're getting that nice stretch, the opposition there. Just focusing on the breath. Focusing on the stretch. Notice what's different in this forward fold as opposed to our regular forward fold. What feels different having the knees wide? What muscles are activating that you couldn't feel before? Just notice. A few more breaths. We won't be here quite as long. And we'll take one more inhale. Exhale, slowly work your way back up. And you can go ahead, just bring the knees together right away. And just relax the hips. You can move the knees side to side. Great. We'll come into our pigeon forward folds next. So you can go ahead and cross the ankles or you can put the ankle on the knee. I'm going to start with my right leg on top. You can do whichever is easiest for you. So a full pose, ankle on the knee. If this is too much, you can just cross your ankles, that's fine. We're looking to stretch the hip here. So when you're ready, just another forward fold. Inhale, come up tall. And exhale, coming forward, melting over that leg. Again, just go as far as you like. You don't have to go right into the full pose. You can take your time. If you know you can reach your foot or your ankle in this pose, you can still hang out up here for a little while as you get warmed up and then slowly work your way down if you want to. Just see how your body feels today. Use the breath. And just enjoy that release of tension in the hip. Again, just observe the stretch without being attached to your observations. Notice what makes this forward fold different from the other two so far. So far we did our regular forward fold, legs together on the chair. We did wide leg forward fold with the knees open. And now in your pigeon, you might be feeling something slightly different. So just observe. Continue to observe the minds. Notice as thoughts come and go. Anytime you notice a thought, just use that as your reminder to bring yourself back to this moment. Nice deep release for the hip here. A few more breaths. Really breathe into it. If you want to see if you can melt down a little bit further, or if you need to come up for a rest, just notice how the stretch changes as you hold it. One more inhale. Exhale, start to come up nice and slow. We're just going to go right to the other side. So go ahead and just release the leg. Good. And then switch to the other side. So cross the ankles or ankle on the knee. Both sides don't have to be exactly the same. So if you do ankles on one side and knee on the other, that's fine. Nothing wrong with that. When you're ready, inhale, grow up tall. Exhale, start to melt forward. Use your breath. Just go as far as you like. Hold here. So right away you might notice one side is different than the other. So just observing, just noticing, taking in the moment, not wondering why right now or trying to fix anything. Just noticing, letting yourself be here. Our hips are somewhere where we tend to store a lot of tension. We have some hot spots in the body that are pretty common. The jaw can hold some tension when we're stressed, shoulders especially. And sometimes we forget about our hips. We do tend to hold, most of us, a lot of tension in our hips. So this is really good to hang out in this stretch for a little bit. And we are holding each stretch a little bit longer today for a more restorative type class today. So just keep your focus on your breath, observing the stretch as it changes and adjusting as you need to. Now, while we're stretching the hip, you might find if you start moving around in the stretch just kind of organically, you might find you can add in a little stretch through the shoulders if you round down, or maybe you just want to tilt your head side to side as you're stretching. You can just kind of customize it like all the other stretches. See what you need, see what feels good. Just a few more breaths here, so get the most you can out of this pose. Really releasing the tension in the hip. We'll take one more inhale. Exhale, slowly start to work your way up. Take your time, release the leg, and then you can go ahead and just relax the hips again, moving side to side. Great. We're going to do one more seated forward fold before we stretch out the sides of our body a little bit. We're going to do our eagle forward fold. So hips and shoulders will get a nice stretch here. It's our pretzel pose. So I'm going to start with the right leg on top. So you can cross just the ankles, or you can cross up at the knees. The full pose would be to cross the knees and then cross the ankle as well. But that doesn't feel great on my knees, so I don't usually do that. But that's an option you have. And then the arms wrap up. If you know the pose, you can go right into it. Otherwise, I'll break it down for you. Arms are out. We'll start with the right elbow on the bottom. So you'll crisscross in front of you, right elbow on the bottom. And then you bend, palm space away from you. And then from here, backs of the hands touch, or you can wrap around that extra time so that the fingers are on the palm of the opposite hand. So you're just spiraling up all the way. So either one is fine. Just keep the hands, if they're not touching, just keep pressing them towards each other. And then from here, we'll fold forward. So we'll inhale, grow up tall. And exhale, just draw the elbows towards the knees. It's okay if they don't touch. It's just the thought. So just keep gently pushing in that direction. Just a couple breaths here. Great. Really nice for the backs of the shoulders. One more inhale. Exhale, come up. And then we'll inhale, just lift the elbows slightly for that nice shoulder stretch. Feels so good. Good, one more inhale. And exhale, release. Shake it out. And we'll do the same thing on the other side. So left leg on top. You can go right into the arms, or you can do it step by step with me. Left elbow on the bottom, crisscross. Palms face away from you. You can touch the backs of the hands, or you can wrap so that the fingers are on the palm of the opposite hand. For pulling forward from here, inhale tall. Exhale, bringing the elbows towards the knees. Again, they might not touch, that's okay. Good. One more inhale. Exhale, rise up. Good. Inhale, we'll lift the elbows. And exhale, unwind. Shake it out. Great. All right. Just coming into a few side stretches next. So we'll trap the hands. We'll inhale, bring them up overhead. You can lace the fingers or just keep the palms together. Shoulders stay down and relaxed. We're just going to go side to side. Either side is fine. So inhale tall. Exhale over to one side. Good. Making sure the hip stays down in the chair, not lifting up. And then inhale, center. Exhale, other side. Great. One more time each way. Inhale, center. Exhale, side. Last one. Inhale, center. And exhale, side. Inhale, center. And exhale, just pushing the fingers gently towards the back for a little chest opener. You can lift the chin if you would like to. Tiny, tiny, tiny back bend. Inhale, center. And exhale, hands come to the heart. Great. Take a moment here to yourself. You can close your eyes. And just notice the effects of these warm-up stretches. Notice how the body feels. Notice if anything's different. Maybe areas of tension have started to loosen up. Or perhaps new tension has started to build. So again, just observing here, not trying to judge yourself, not thinking that it should be any certain way, just noticing how you're feeling so far. Take it in. On your exhale, we'll release the hands down. We'll come into a few sun breaths with chair pose, so standing and sitting. You can do this at your own speed. If it's too hard on your knees or any of your joints, you can just sit or stand and do just the sun breath part. Totally up to you. So we can do the first one together and then just match your breath. I'll let you know when we're on the last one. So we'll inhale to stand. Exhale, slow and controlled, back down into your chair. Great. We'll do this several times, so you just match your breath, do your own thing here. Great. Just let yourself feel some freedom in your practice. Using the breath to set a pace for the body. A few more times. Once more, we're going to land on our feet and stay there, so take your time getting there. Hands to the heart. And then just hold. Hold and breathe. Keep your focus inward. And we'll go ahead and relax the hands. We're going to come into our tree pose before we start moving around. So working on our balance a little bit. I'm just standing so you can see me. So it's probably easiest if you stand facing your chair, but I'm just going to have it next to me. So coming into mountain pose first. So remember, in your mountain pose, everything should be aligned. Shoulders right over the hips, right over the ankles, toes pointing forward. Your toes are the roots of your tree, so let them really relax and press into the ground so you have lots of space to balance on. Soften the muscles in the chest and stomach so that they move as you breathe. Relaxing the shoulders. Now, as we prepare to come into our tree pose, which is a balancing pose, you might want to find something, a focal point to look at, keeping your eyes where you want to be. So having something eye level that keeps your chin parallel to the ground to look at while you're balancing can help you to stay steady sometimes. So you can try that if you like. And then just slowly start to work your way to your tree pose. So you can keep both feet on the ground and just turn one foot out. You can have one foot up on your ankle. You can have it up above your knee or below your knee. Whatever works for you. You might have the same tree pose today that you usually do, or it might be a little different. So remember not to attach to the outcome, just observers today. And then for your hands, you can do one hand at the heart and hold on to the chair. You can try to test your balance. You can reach your arms up or one arm up, whatever you like. And try something different or do your favorite. Really pressing into those toes. Just a few breaths here. If you fall out, return back to your mountain pose. Work your way slowly back up to your tree. And then if you feel you just caught a good balance, you are welcome to stay here. Otherwise, start to release the pose on your next exhale and just pedal through the feet. Same thing, other side. So just remember, both sides might not be exactly the same. Start in your mountain pose. Find your focal points. Nice and slow. Work your way up to your tree pose on your opposite side. Take your time. You might do the same hand position as you did on the other side. You might try something different. And then just keeping focused on the breath, on the body, the alignments, pressing the toes into the ground. One more inhale. And exhale, slowly start to come down. Release the hands and shake out the feet. Great. All right, we're going to stick with our theme of forward folds as we start moving around a little bit. And we're going to flow a little bit less today. We're going to hold a lot of these poses like we did in our warm-up. So I'm going to turn to face the seat of the chair for just a regular forward fold to start. So nice and close to the chair. And we'll do a little sun breath to start working our way down. So when you're ready, you can inhale your hands up. Exhale, hands through the heart, and we'll come all the way down towards the chair. So remember, in your forward fold, you can stay up on the hands if that's best for you. You can come down to the elbows. You can try reaching for the ankles or the floor, whatever you like. Remember that if you have a sensitive neck or if you have a cold or something, you might want to keep your head supported. Otherwise, feel free to just drop your head. That really intensifies the stretch and just really helps you to get the most out of it. but whatever you like is fine. I am gonna keep my head up today. So just breathing here. If it's comfortable for you to have a little bend in the knees, try it, see how it feels. The straighter the legs are, the more intense the stretch will be. So just see what you're up for today, or maybe a little bit of both. So just holding here to start. A few more breaths, just letting the spine stretch out. Dropping anything you might have still been carrying throughout your practice onto the chair now, just letting it go, allowing yourself to be free for the rest of the practice. Nice deep breaths. Imagine pressing the tailbone up towards the ceiling, really intensifying the stretch through the hamstrings. Now from here, we're just gonna do some simple movements. We're gonna just go ahead and bend both legs and then stretch up. Just a simple bend and stretch of the knees. So bending and stretching. Just a small bend, not going all the way down into a squat. Just a little bend, keeping the knees pointing right over the toes so that they're not coming in towards each other. Bend and stretch. Great. Now returning just back to your neutral position. We're gonna try bending one knee at a time, trying to keep both heels on the floor if you can. So just bending one knee and then stretch, and then bend the other knee and stretch. You can go at your own speed, or you can skip this part if it doesn't feel good to you. This gives me a really nice stretch through the hips, actually, and the back of the leg. So just slowly switching side to side, keeping the heels down if you can. Great. And then we'll pedal through the feet from here, so just lifting one heel at a time. So still bending one leg at a time, but just lifting up the back of the foot at the same time. So just switch, switch, heel up, and then switch, lift the other heel up. Go at your own speed. You can hold on each side, or you can just go back and forth quickly, whatever feels good here. Stretching out the bottoms of the feet is really nice. Not always something we think to do, or at least it's not always something I think to do. And then bringing both heels to the ground, we'll bend the knees, inhale to stand up, bring the hands up overhead, and then exhale, bring the hands to the heart. Just give yourself a moment here to be upright. Slow the breath. Good. And then we're gonna go ahead and take a wide leg forward fold from here. So just stepping the feet apart, maybe just a little wider than the hips. If that's comfortable for you, you can step them as far apart as you want to, really. And then we're just gonna forward fold from here down towards the chair. So when you're ready, inhale, bring the hands up. Exhale through heart center, coming down towards the chair. Again, just going as low as you like to. You can come to your elbows, your hands, reach for the ankles or the floor, and just hold. Few breaths here before we start adding in some movement in our wide leg forward fold. So just notice if there are any differences here in this forward fold than there were in the first one. You might find you're a little bit lower with the feet separated. Nice deep breaths. And then when you're ready, we're just gonna start rocking the hips side to side. Again, if this doesn't feel good to you, you can just skip this part, but just shifting the weight over to one side and then the other side, sending a little stretch through the inner thighs. So just swaying the hips. The knees can bend. I'm keeping mine straight, but Just see what feels good to you. Just a simple little movement, but I'm getting a lot of stretch here in the inner thighs and the side of the body. Good. Just side to side. And then we'll come back to center. You can stay here if you have any issues with your back. Otherwise, we're going to add in a twist. So we'll come up onto the hands. We'll place the right hand in the center of the chair. And then on our inhale, we'll lift the left hand straight up. So we're just twisting the body. The feet stay right where they are. Great. Wringing out any negative energy from the spine. Inhale, reach. Exhale, bring that arm back down. Other side. Inhale, bring up the right arm. Exhale, hold. Inhale, reach. Exhale, bring it down. One more time each direction. Inhale, left arm up. Exhale, hold. Inhale, reach. Exhale, bring it down. One more time. Inhale, up with the right hand. Exhale, hold. Inhale, reach. Exhale, bring it down. Great. From here, little bend in the knees. We'll inhale, come to stands. You can walk the feet together, and we'll just pedal through the feet, just lifting one heel at a time, switching back and forth. Great. All right, so we're gonna do just a simple little downward dog stretch next. So for our downward dog, our hands are gonna be on the chair, feet will step away. We're aiming to press the heels down towards the floor. It's okay if they don't touch, but just keep pressing in that direction, nice and gently. Try to keep the back flat, and we're thinking about pressing the head through the elbows. So you want the arms to be as far back behind you as they can be, so that we're just getting a nice opening through the chest and the shoulders. So starting in forward fold, we'll inhale, bring the hands up. Exhale, coming down towards the chair. So staying on our hands this time. And then we'll just go ahead and step the feet back, heels pressing down towards the floor, and then go ahead and just shift so that the head presses through the elbows. Okay, so tail up, head down, nice flat back. Really great stretch for the chest, just holding here. Hold and breathe. You can feel a nice stretch through the whole back of the body in this one. So you can stay here, or you can start to pedal through the feet again, lifting one heel at a time, bending one knee at a time. Walking it out. Just a couple more breaths here. Great. And then from here, we'll inhale, just walk forward to table pose. So bringing the shoulders over the wrists, hips over the ankles, flattening out the back. We'll do our cat-cow from here. So when you're ready, inhale, arch the back, lift the chin. Exhale, round and tuck. Good. Again, match your breath. Go at your own speed. Just pressing into all 10 fingers or being on fists if you'd rather. Great. Few more. And then just returning to a neutral position when you're ready. We're going to drop down to a forward fold one last time. So inhale here. Exhale, you can come down to your elbows, reach for the legs, reach for the floor, whatever's comfortable. Nice big hamstring stretch. And then go ahead, bend the knees. Inhale, bringing the hands up. And exhale, bringing the hands to the heart. Great. Just take a moment, observe how the body's feeling. Observe the mind. Take note of anything that's changed. One more inhale. Exhale, release the hands. Great. All right, we're gonna make our way back down into the chair, so take your time, get comfortable. And have a seat when you're ready. Okay, so just take a moment here. Let yourself return back to where you started your practice. So just settling into the chair, letting yourself just become heavy and become present here in this moment. Dropping into your body, dropping into this moment. Observing what's happening around you. Notice the sounds. Notice the temperature. If you have your eyes open, you can notice what you see. Notice everything you feel. The chair beneath the hips and the spine. The weight of the hands in the lap or on the knees. The clothing and the hair against the skin. The feet on the floor or just dangling. Just taking in the moment. Observe the body. Notice if it feels any different than it did at the start of class. Notice if those areas that hold tension have started to release at all. Notice any tension that's still left in the body. Without judging yourself or thinking that you did anything wrong, just observe. It's okay if that happens. Notice the thoughts in the mind, and just take a moment to recall all of the thoughts that have come in and out of your mind throughout your practice. And just feel peaceful about the amount of times that you realized it and were able to shift your focus back to your practice and your breathing. Using your observations about the present moment can help you to stay here and stay grounded and not have to be so consumed with worry or anxiousness. Just continuing to keep yourself here. Notice the breath. Notice if the pace has changed at all since the start of practice. Notice if you're breathing deep or shallow, even or uneven. Notice if you can hear your breath. Notice if you can feel it. Again, not being attached to the outcome, not looking for a certain answer. No answer is right or wrong right now. Right now, we're just being observers of the moment. Staying here, staying present, and staying grounded. We're going to repeat the breath exercise that we did in the start of class. Just notice if anything happens the same or different. Could go either way, so again, don't worry about how it goes, just observe. So breathing in and out to the count of 4, several times, and then we'll hold our breath at the top when we get towards the end. When you're ready, inhale, 2, 3, 4. Exhale, 2, 3, 4. Inhale, 2, 3, 4. Exhale, 2, 3, 4. Inhale, exhale, inhale, exhale, inhale, exhale. Once more like this. Inhale, exhale. Now inhale, hold, and exhale. Again like this. Inhale, hold, exhale. Once more. Inhale, and exhale. Now releasing control of the breath. Allow it to return back to whatever pace feels natural. Not trying to deepen it any longer or make it be something it doesn't feel like being right now. Just see what happens. Now go ahead and just let yourself get comfortable in your chair. If you're sitting up tall for your breathing exercises, you can release. Go ahead and just sit back. Find a comfortable spot for your hands. Remember, if you're worried about your shoulders tensing up, you can flip the palms or rest the hands down. Or if you feel like you need more grounding energy today, you can have the hands, palms down on your legs. And you're not committed to any certain position. You can always switch if you need to. So we're going to start with our body scan. This is your opportunity to just notice any tension that's left over in the body after your practice and just make a little effort to release it. So just moving the attention from one part of the body to the next as it's named, just allowing that part to become still and calm. Starting with the toes. Bring your focus into the toes, all 10 toes. And then up into the bottoms of the feet, tops of the feet, the heels, the ankles, up into the leg, the shins and the calves, fronts and backs, and both sides. Working your way up into the knees, all around the knees, inside and outside, front and back, left and right. Allowing both of the lower legs to be completely calm, still, and peaceful. Shifting the attention further into the thighs, inner thighs and outer thighs, fronts and backs of the thighs, all the way into the hips. Softening and releasing the hips, the lower stomach, and the lower back. Now allowing the entire lower body to be completely peaceful, calm, and relaxed and still. Moving the attention up into the upper body, the stomach, the ribs, the low back and the middle back, the chest, the shoulder blades, tops of the shoulders, backs of the shoulders, fronts of the shoulders, all around the heart and the lungs, softening, releasing, and relaxing. Move the attention next down into the arms, the upper arms, all around the elbows and the lower arms, all around the wrists, the hands and the fingers, the palms of the hands and the backs of the hands, in all 10 fingers. Allowing both arms to be completely soft, still, and calm. Moving the attention back up the arms, past the shoulders, into the neck, in the throat, the jaw, and the chin, the cheeks, and the nose, the lips, and the tongue, both ears, the back of the head, the eyelids, the eyebrows, and the forehead. Now allowing the entire body to be completely still, calm, and relaxed. Finding the place in your body that feels the most peaceful and allowing that feeling to spread throughout the entire body. Keeping this sense of relaxation and stillness, you can keep the eyes closed or close the eyes if you haven't already. For our meditation, I have a short springtime poem that I'm going to read, and then we'll rest quietly for about a minute. It's called Spring Magic. The world is very old, but year by year it groweth new again when buds appear. The world is very old and sometimes sad, but when the daisies come, the world is glad. The world is very old, but every spring it groweth young again, and fairies sing. Now we'll just rest quietly for a minute in our meditation, just allowing the body to be still, the breath to be deep. I'll watch the clock and bring you back into the room when it's time. Slowly we'll start to bring some movement back into the body, moving the toes and the fingers, maybe moving the hands and feet. Feeling free to stretch out the arms and legs if you'd like to. Just bringing some energy back, bringing yourself back into the room. Taking your time, working your way to a tall seated position in your chair, dropping the hands to the sides for our final sun breath. We'll inhale, bring the hands up overhead. Exhaling the hands to heart center. Namaste. Thank you for practicing with me.